What happened? Hey, speak in English. What happened?
English.
Oh, shaking it.
English.
Oh, by English. Kilo agba. Eh? English. Let me tell speak in English. So English.
Now, watching this video broke me. It's not because the boy can't speak English, but because a child, an African child, in his own homeland is mocked for speaking the language of his ancestors. You see? Now, call it what you please, right? But that right there is not a shame. That, for me, is a badge of honor. To me, as an African, that young boy is a hero. You see, in a room full of people ready to laugh at him for not speaking the coloniser's tongue, he stood his ground and spoke the language of his ancestors. In a world where so many of us have been taught to hide who we really are, that young boy stood his ground. He didn't switch. He didn't fake it. He didn't bend to impress. He said, with pride, he said, I don't understand English. More English. Now, let's be honest. Okay? A moment of truth. Haven't we all been there? Haven't we? In school, in public, maybe in front of friends. That very moment when you choose between your identity and approval. Haven't we been there? At that crossroad where you swallow your real self just to avoid being laughed at. Haven't we? Can't we relate to this? Haven't we been there where you try to sound modern just to look educated? Haven't we? You see, what happened in that video is the perfect example of how colonization didn't end. It just moved into our classrooms. It's just moved into our schools. You see the teacher who herself was speaking Yoruba from the beginning, right? The teacher demanded that the boys switch to English. She insisted that the boys speak English. You see? Not because English is somehow more accurate than the boys' language, but because our education systems have taught us that our own languages are inferior, even in our own homeland. You see? Now, it's only in Africa that we measure a person's intellect by how smoothly they speak a foreign language. Let's assume you drop one big grammar like, this is malicious, bro. We are in the state of Huga Muga. Ceteris paribus. According to Obayabo, it's a pitiable bisma disma and regrettably lugubrious. Oh boy. Or maybe just try to fake some American or British accent. Then people are like, you see people like, whoa, that guy goes school. See in English, that guy they talk English. The guy is smart, he's sharp. Meanwhile, in Japan, China, France, they teach in their own languages with pride, and nobody laughs at them for it. And before some of you rush to my comment section again with that lazy logic of, but Japan has one language, France has one language, Italy has one language, because that is the logic you always try to apply. Let me remind you, Senegal is multilingual. They have many indigenous languages, yet they teach Wolof in schools. They run offices in Wolof and broadcast national TV in Wolof. Congo, same with Lingala in Congo. Lingala, they speak Lingala everywhere. Swahili in Kenya. Kiswahili in Tanzania. So please, spare me the sanctimony. Before you come to my comment section again with this, which of the Nigerian language are we going to choose? Please do your research. You know, this is how they got us. They didn't just colonize our land. They colonized our minds. They colonized our classrooms. They replaced our history books, banned our tongues, and told us that real intellect, real perspicacity comes with an accent or how articulately you enunciate foreign words. And we believed it. We believed it so much that now we start doing the work for them. People laugh at you because you made a blunder in another man's language, in the colonizer's language. Even the teacher in the video who was speaking Yoruba herself still insisted that that young boy, that little boy, speak English. Our own teachers enforcing the same rules meant to erase us. You see, I remember back in the day, right, when we attended primary, secondary school, they would fine you for speaking vernacular in the classroom. They will fine you. And come to think of it, do you even know what vernacular really means? Do you know? Let me define vernacular for you. Let me explain what vernacular means. Vernacular simply means the native language or dialect spoken by ordinary people in a particular region, as opposed to some foreign, official, or imposed language. As opposed to foreign or imposed language. Now look at the irony. Our schools called Yoruba, Edo, Igbo, Hausa, Tiv, they call these languages and other Nigerian languages, indigenous languages, they call them vernacular. But by definition, that word means the real language of the land, the tongue of the people, the language of the soil. But in Africa, they twisted it into an insult. Don't speak vernacular in the class. They told us, don't speak vernacular, not in the class. They made it sound dirty. They made it sound backward, uncivilized. Meanwhile, English, French, Portuguese, those became official languages in Africa. Just think about that for a second. Our own mother tongues were downgraded to vernacular, while the colonizer's tongue was upgraded to official. It's a wound. That's a wound. It's not just policy, it's a wound. That's how deep the colonial project cuts into our minds. That's how deep it runs. Now, let me talk about the laughter from those other children, because you saw those other children laughing. That wasn't wickedness. Those kids ain't evil. What you saw those kids do is what we call programming, indoctrination. Those kids are also victims of the same brainwashing, because we've been conditioned to treat our own languages as a joke. We've been trained to think that knowing our language is backward, but knowing theirs, knowing the colonizer's language, is progress. Meanwhile, Italy, Germany, China, France all teach their children in their own languages and still speak English only as a tool, not as a master. But we have to speak the colonizer language. We have to learn the colonizer language. And that boy, that little boy, that boy said, I don't understand English.
Hey, speak in English. What happened?
What he was really saying was, I refuse to let your shame kill my tongue. In that moment, he was freer than most of us. He was freer than most adults in his school. Because every time you kill a child's mother tongue, you are not just taking away words, you are erasing their thinking, their culture, their pride, their connection to their people. Your mother tongue is not just a language, it's your soul speaking. It's the sound of home. And the moment you start to hate it, you have already started to lose yourself. You see, Pan-Africanism is not just about borders and flags. It starts with the languages in our mouth. Because when you lose your language, when you lose your mother tongue, you lose your worldview, you lose your pride, you lose your identity, your history, your humor, your proverbs, your way of thinking. And when the colonizer succeeds in taking your tongue, they have already taken your mind. They have already succeeded in taking your mind. So to that young Yoruba boy, I salute you. I salute you. You are not just a pupil. You are a reminder that our languages are alive. And to that teacher and every other African teacher forcing our children to abandon their mother tongues, understand this. You are not educating our children. You are assisting in their erasure. Yeah. Then, to Nigerians, every Nigerian, African, who has ever been mocked for speaking their language, who have ever felt ashamed because you spoke your language, because you cannot articulately enunciate the foreign colonizer's language, remember this. The chains are no longer on your hands. They are on our tongues. And the day we break them, we finally start to heal. Remember this. The colonizer didn't just steal our gold. They didn't just steal our land. They didn't just steal our artifacts. They came for our tongues because they knew if you silence a people's language, you silence their soul. But we are not a silent people. From Yoruba to Igbo, from Edo to Hausa, Ijo, from Swahili to Wolof, our tongues carry thunder. Our proverbs carry wisdom. Our songs carry memory. So let them laugh. Let them mock you. You don't have to kill yourself. You don't have to buy yourself because you want to impress people that you can speak the official language. Every time we speak our mother tongue, we are breaking chains. And when the last African child can stand up like that young boy, that young Yoruba boy, and say with pride, I don't understand English, but I understand myself. That, my people, will be the day Africa truly rises again. To that young boy, I salute you. You earn my respect because you did not cower.